regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. 6-6. Pull it high.
Check 24. Check 24. Safe.
Throwing on first down. Gentry. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Hey, Sam off. Go.
Back to throw. Gentry. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
That's track. Slam. Watch the safety creep.
Go on.
Check.
Hey, zoom.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. You can't block me.
Operating from the gun. Gentry. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Squeeze.
What screen? 36.
Check deep grip.
Now they try the right side here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Get in the weight room. Switch.
There. Ready.
From the gun, Gentry. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
SOS. Check. Fresno. Slam. Switch.
Operating from the gun, Gentry. Got an open man, it's Ratley. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Damian Rattling with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Blue line! 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Hey, check 24. Watch
24. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 77 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Quinnen Williams in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Look at me. Go.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Let's go.
2nd and 11. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Hey, Sam off.
On first down, Gentry. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now this one complete downfield on the left side.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Deuce.
You're out.
Watch the twist. Check 9.
Hey, Charlie.
To throw on 3rd down, Gentry. He's going to loft one deep left. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Damian Ratley with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Colts have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
One. He's crossing. He's checking crap. Watch out. Kill.
On second down, Cook. And some room to roam now. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback.
On play action, Mariota. This one complete to Scott Miller. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Grant. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He's brought down there by Kenny Moore. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB. Come on.
Throwing on second down. Mariota. It's caught. It's Miller. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
We gotta get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Slam. One. We're down 80 weapon.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Christian McCaffrey with his second touchdown here in this first half. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag, so they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Throwing to start the drive. Gentry. He's going to rifle one deep. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Indy. 51 yards. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Hey, Haywood.
Hey, look three. Check, check. Lucky. Check. 25.
Looking to throw. Gentry. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Damian Radley on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to regain the lead. Elliott Good with a PAT. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
At the 30-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. This is Grant. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Big stop, let's go. Check 52.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Christian McCaffrey on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Lutz good on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22. Line.
First down 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Come on,
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Throwing to start the drive. Gentry. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 29. A huge play that time for the Colts. 49 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now. First and 10.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Double dog. That's the way.
From the gun, Gentry going for it all. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Elliott on for the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down the field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Mariota on 3rd and 2. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Mariota going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Out of the pistol. McCaffrey. And an alley to run. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. One. Check 31. Check 31. Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Mariota. Going up top for Miller. Oh, wide open. Complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Scott Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Lutz with the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you...
It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Indy. 53 yards. Sometimes the one-handed catches are unnecessary, but he was trying to ward off the defender with the other, so maybe that was just a good play.
So that tells you that not only do they imagine those types of catches, they actually work on them with defenders jostling them in order to keep their concentration and haul it in.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Ready, go. Rock it. Hit it.
Operating from the gun, Gentry. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Let's look at me. Go. Let's make these babies go. Get it.
2nd and long. Looking for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. The intended receiver there, Allen, and it's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
That is caught inside the 5. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They come up in an offset eye.
Here we go.
Here we go. Watch out.
Hey, lock it.
Back. Shift. Watch the shift.
Hey, echo. Fire.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. From the 2 now, second and goal. Second and 2. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
Brings up third down and 2.
So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Elliott is good. And they have regained the lead. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now, a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They will run with Grant.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Mariota now from the 50. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Mariota to throw for it on 4th. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Give it. Nine on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Squeeze.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that.
218, chop it.
Check 99. Whip. Watch the whip. Check 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. On 1st and 10, Gentry. Dancing to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 25-yard line.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
This quarterback now 14 out of 17, 82%. And it's 1st and 10.
Check your hot read.
From the gun, Gentry. He's got Allen. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in.
Rock it.
Watch the ship.
Look at me. Sure. Hit it.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
I got you, boy.
3.
Echo. Let's go, 950.
Following the interception here, Mariota. This is complete to Hawkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
First down, Jets.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Check 50. Motion.
Throwing, Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Mike 50.
To try again after the sack. Mariota. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, we got 3 down. Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. Watch the run.
To throw, Mariota. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Fernandez. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Now Mariota on 4th down. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
Mariota now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a 1st with 3rd down looming. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
The Colts on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. On 4th down, Gentry. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Mariota now to throw on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Grant. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Mariota. And that is incomplete. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And this one is right down the middle. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very solid gain of 27. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Gentry. He's going to let this go. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Damian Ratley, 32 yards. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mariota. Sharks got it, left side. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 45 yards. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You don't want nothing. Hey, you don't want to see me. Box trap.
He's back to throw. And that's complete to McCaffrey. 7 yards on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
Where are they, team?
He's checking Chris. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Kill, kill, kill.
One.
Big Ed.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Christian McCaffrey in the final minute. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Lutz good on the extra point. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
There. Switch. Leo. Back up. Deep dribble.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, watch the ball. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Bravo.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
He'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Ratley. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Ready. Rock it.
Check the out. A little flare.
Hey, box truck.
56.
Ready. Get it.
Back to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Incomplete. Intended for Damian Ratley. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
3 bud. Check. Cross.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike, 56.
Throwing again. Gentry. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive